Good morning, friends. So I want to talk about yellow leaves on your plant. It is totally normal sometimes to see a yellow leaf. And the whole thing with plant care is it's all about observation, right? So we want to, having a yellow leaf can be totally normal, as I mentioned. And the way we identify if this is normal is by taking a closer look. So by moving these leaves and getting in here and looking, I can see that this is the first leaf on this stalk. So this is probably just a leaf of old age. This stalk is putting out tons of new growth, and it is just time for this one to go. So I'm going to go ahead and reach in there, pull it off. You want to pull down. It's going to be very easy to remove. You just pull it straight down, see? And you want to make sure you get it off just like that. If you cut it, as opposed to giving energy back to the plant, if you cut the leaf off, there is the possibility of creating an open wound that can become infected. So you want to make sure that you get it off nice and clean, just like this. The thing about yellow leaves, though, is it's good to leave it on the plant because the plant sucks the nutrients out of the leaf. But right before, there's a point in which, when it starts to crisp, and dry up is when you want to actually remove it, because at that point it's taking energy away from the plant. Hey, good morning, friends. So I wanted to take today to offer teachable moments to you guys from mistakes that I've made with caring for my plants. So the first being, when you repot, I was rushing when I repotted this plant, and when you repot, you want to make sure that you don't cover any of the stems that are coming off the main stalk, because you'll suffocate the leaf. So not paying attention, rushing, and that's what's caused the leaf to yellow. So make sure you guys are not doing that when you're repotting. You want to make sure that you add enough on the sides, the bottom and the sides. Be very, very careful with putting soil on the top. I covered up, you see the stalk down there, and I tried to reverse the damage before the video, so I moved a little bit of the dirt out of the way, but you see that? I covered the stem there. So this, friends, is our next example. This here is a yellowing leaf, and it is caused by the loss of chlorophyll. So this plant used to live in the window with the rest of its friends here. And as the seasons change, the sun has become more and more intense on these plants. Now, it hasn't caused any damage on these guys, and it probably won't, because their leaves are probably a little bit more hardier than the one that I just showed you. So we know that this yellowing isn't caused by overwatering, because the plant is dry to the touch, and I never overwater it. Also, if it was overwatered, the yellow leaf would be a little bit more translucent, a little more transparent. And you've probably seen this if you've overwatered your plants before. So being that there's just a little blotch of yellow and the whole leaf hasn't yellow, it's easy for us to identify that this yellow leaf is not caused by overwatering, which will probably be presumptively the first thing that one would assume when you see a yellow leaf on your plant, is that you overwater it. But you have to pay attention. As I mentioned to you guys, plant care is all based solely on observation. So once you overwater that plant and you see that yellow leaf, make sure you take note, because when you see another yellow leaf, you want to make sure that you're not misclassifying old leaf as being overwater, or if your plant is receiving too much direct sun, then that could also be the cause of a yellow leaf, which is the case here, in overexposure and loss of chlorophyll. So my friends, this is our last and final example. So I just received this plant last week, and it was in perfect condition, as you saw in the unboxing video that I did. This was actually one of the plants that I ordered online, and it arrived beautifully. Now, me trying to be proactive in making sure that I didn't bring any bugs into my home, I sprayed a harsh chemical on this plant, which caused the very, very delicate leaves to burn. What I would suggest to you guys, if and ever before spraying anything on your plants or treating it with anything, always try one small section of the leaf first before applying a solution all over your plant, and before you know how the plant is actually going to take to that solution, because honestly, you could do some real damage, and you would hate to I don't have many to show you guys that are overwatered. I did a while ago, but let's see. So I overwatered this before I repotted it, and remember I said, you know, when it's overwatered, it'll kind of have that transparent or translucent look to it. That's what this looked like before it dried up. So it was like thin. It was like really thin skin. And then on this bird's nest fern, since these are moisture lovers, it's easy for the lower leaves of this type of plant to become overwatered, which is not a big deal. No, that's not it. Let's see. Oh, here is it. Here's one. See? So it's like light in color. It's crispy now because time has passed, but initially when it first is overwatered, it's very light colored, almost like transparent. You'll be able to see something through the other side if you put your finger behind it. Not a great example in this video, but you guys will know if you do it.